Welcome one and all, I'm Decoy, and today I gotta share my upside down camp with you. Well, it's not all upside down, but the camp is named Upside Downtown. This was a tourist attraction back in the day, where there were several buildings all upside down. We'll get to that all in a minute, and trust me, you're gonna want to stick around for it because, wow, I spent a ton of time on the camp. Of course, right here, it's like a little gift shop type area. Nothing super special going on here. I just needed a spot to throw down all my workbenches, stuff like that. Also, get a couple vending machines in there. And of course, you gotta have a place for people to poop. I've said it 100 times. Gotta have a restroom. Got the Ally rocking out. Now, if you'll notice, there are these little platforms with fans underneath them flying up in the air. Now, the platforms, back when this place was fully operational, they would fly around. You just step on one and it'd take you up to the different structures. Unfortunately, the apocalypse happened, so they're kind of just stuck where they were at the time the bombs fell. It's alright, you can hop and jump and make your way up. Yeah, when I said these places were upside down, I meant it. So we're walking on the ceiling, effectively. Of course, I used rugs to hide the actual ceiling. Look at that fishbowl. You gotta admit, that is pretty darn cool, right? Really proud of that fishbowl. Also, super proud of managing to pull off an upside-down bed. That took quite a bit of work to make that a thing. Again, everything's upside down. So the first building here, basically just like a house. Now, they're not all houses, but overall, I gotta say, it was pretty darn cool getting to make custom upside-down furniture when I could. Now, let's make our way over to the bar. Everybody's building bars, but how many people have an upside-down bar? Haha, probably only me. So, overall, tables, looking awesome. We got a bar over there, complete with bar stools. I know, you got to think outside the box when building like this. Even threw in a little stage. Got a mic stand, which is honestly an item I wish we had right side up. So I was pretty darn happy getting to make a mic stand for the first time. Bar stools, you know, basically turning ashtrays into bar stools. It was perfect. So the camp, I've had a few people that I got to check it out early that were like, honestly, this is a little disorienting. And I'm very proud of that. Now we'll make our way back out. Well, not quite yet. I want you to look at this table. Look at the legs on it. You have to admit, if we could have that table flipped over just as it was there, that would be a pretty cool table. Now, if you're really skilled, you can jump from balloon to make it over to the last structure. That's not really what the balloons were intended for. It was just a happy accident that it was possible. Also, I'm proving that it is really easy to fail to get in a door when you have to step up and over to get inside. But this last building here is basically just a simple store. But it also gives you the opportunity, like with a ceiling light, well now it's a lamp. So you really get to play around with some of the camp items that are meant to be hanging from the ceiling. Well, how would you look if you were actually sticking out of the floor? Now, the overall camp build took me hours. I don't even know how many hours. I just know it was a lot. And to be fair, every one of those buildings, the upside down ones, is actually 100% floating. I'm not a huge fan of floating, and I only had enough budget to put one little fake support underneath them to hold them up. You know what? We got flying platforms, whatever. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the support on the first and third building. The bar support kind of kills me a little bit, but again, I don't have the budget to, you know, give it the proper support that I wanted. Another pretty cool thing was the balloons. I mean, look at the little kitty cat topiary. floating up in the air. A couple Mr. Fuzzy stuffed animals floating around. Now you might be wondering, why didn't I use like the Fashnacht balloons? And part of me wanted to use them, but I ran into like a couple issues. One, they didn't really merge properly with most of the items. And two, it looks weird if the balloons are moving, but the stuffed animal isn't. It just doesn't look right. So I went with the hearts. But that right there, that is my upside down town. Again, it took me a ton of work. I hope you've enjoyed this look at it. I'm sure a lot of you are curious about how in the world I pulled this off, and maybe I'll let you know down the road. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please remember to like, sub, and share. Later.